Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it before, you always get what you want now. I know some of you might be sitting there thinking, that's not true. I don't always get what I want. Well, let me set the record straight. You always get what you want. You just don't always realize it, because most of the time, what you want doesn't look like what you expected it to. But here's the thing, the universe, life, and destiny respond to one thing above all else: the way you think and the way you act. First and foremost, let's talk about belief. Everything starts with what you believe. If you believe you can't get what you want, then guess what? You're right. But if you truly believe that what you desire is within your grasp, if you believe that you are worthy of success, of wealth, of power, then the odds of achieving those things skyrocket. Your belief system shapes your world. If you wake up every day thinking, I can do this, I will do this, then you're already on the path. The truth is, your mind is a magnet. It attracts exactly what you focus on. So start thinking bigger. Start thinking about what you truly want, not just in the short term, but in the long run. When you adjust your mindset, the rest of the world adjusts to meet your vision. Next, you need to understand that talk is cheap. You don't get what you want by sitting around and wishing for it. You don't get what you want by dreaming about it at night and hoping it'll magically fall into your lap. That's not how it works. The only way to get what you want is through relentless action. You have to take massive, consistent action. Every day, you have to be putting in the work. When others are giving up, that's when you push harder. When everyone else is resting, that's when you rise. You must condition yourself to operate at a level that most people are unwilling to reach. Don't let distractions, fears, or doubts stop you. If you want it, you get after it, no excuses, no delays. Nothing in this world happens without action. So take that first step and then take another and another. Let's be clear about one thing: excuses won't get you anywhere. The world does not care about your reasons for why you can't achieve something. Life doesn't care if you had a rough childhood or if the odds are stacked against you. Everyone has challenges. Everyone has setbacks. But it's how you respond that determines your success. If you're still sitting around making excuses for why you can't move forward, then you need to wake up. You're either part of the solution or part of the problem. The only person standing between you and your success is you. If you want something, go after it. Period. And here's the hard truth: you get what you want because you create value. The world responds to value. If you want to make millions, if you want influence, if you want success, you need to start by asking yourself one crucial question: what value am I bringing to the table? If the answer is not much, then guess what? That's why you're not where you want to be. If you want the life you desire, you have to be the person who deserves it. You need to bring more to the table than anyone else. You have to develop the skills, the mindset, and the work ethic that will set you apart. You have to be relentless in your pursuit of excellence. And when you do, you will see the doors begin to open. The value you create is what will determine how far you go. Be the person who delivers, and the world will take notice. Finally, let me tell you something that will change the game: patience. I'm not talking about waiting around for good things to happen. I'm talking about committing to the long-term vision. You will not get everything you want overnight. It's going to take time, effort, and persistence. But if you stay the course, if you keep pushing no matter how difficult it gets, if you refuse to quit, then I promise you, you will get exactly what you want. That's the law of the universe. Stick to the plan. Outlast the setbacks. Stay patient. The moment you decide to stop quitting and start committing for the long haul, that's when you truly unlock your potential. So remember this: you always get what you want, not because life owes it to you, but because you've taken the time to believe, to act, to eliminate excuses, to create value, and to stay focused on the long term. You have the power to get everything you desire, but only if you decide to go after it with everything you have. The question is, what will you do with that power? The power of belief is one of the most profound forces in the universe. Let me tell you something, what you want is already within your reach. But here's the catch. If you don't believe it, it's going to be a lot harder to see it. The foundation of everything you will ever achieve starts in the mind. Your beliefs shape your reality. If you can change your mindset, you change your world. It's that simple. But what does it really mean to believe? Belief is not just about saying, I believe I can do this. It's about truly deep down in your core, knowing that you can. It's an inner conviction, an unshakable certainty that no matter the obstacles, you will succeed. When you believe something with that kind of conviction, your actions, decisions, and behaviors will align with that belief. The world has no choice but to respond to your conviction. But here's the problem for many people, their belief is conditional. They believe only when they see results, only when the evidence is there. But that's not belief, that's doubt disguised as hope. Real belief doesn't need evidence. It's not waiting for something outside of you to confirm what you already know inside. The people who achieve great things are not the ones who wait for proof, they're the ones who create their own proof through unwavering belief. I think about it, every achievement, every success story begins with someone believing that it could happen. But belief is not just passive, it requires action. The belief that what you want is already within your reach is not just a thought, it's a force that drives you to take the necessary steps. If you truly believe in your ability to succeed, you will act with confidence, with power, and with purpose. You won't sit on the sidelines waiting for opportunities to come to you. You'll create those opportunities. You'll build the bridges where there are no roads. What you have to understand is that belief is the catalyst for everything you will ever accomplish. The way you see yourself and the way you think about your potential will directly influence the trajectory of your life. If you believe you can't do it, if you believe you're not good enough, or if you believe that others are more capable than you, then your life will reflect that belief. On the other hand, if you believe that you have the power to overcome any challenge, that you can achieve your goals no matter the odds, that you are destined for greatness, your life will reflect that belief as well. There is nothing more powerful than a person who believes they can accomplish what they set their mind to. The world will bend to accommodate their vision because belief is the key to unlocking untapped potential. It fuels perseverance, it ignites creativity, and it creates momentum. When you believe, you take risks that others won't take. You take the actions that others are too afraid to take. And that's when the world starts to open up for you. But belief doesn't mean that things will always be easy. It doesn't mean that you won't face setbacks, that you won't encounter challenges or doubt along the way. Belief doesn't eliminate struggle. What it does is it strengthens you through the struggle. It gives you the resilience to bounce back after failure. It gives you the courage to keep going when the road gets tough. Belief doesn't promise an easy path, it promises a worthy one. Belief is not just about being optimistic. It's not about hoping that something good happens. It's about knowing, without a shadow of a doubt, that you are capable of creating your own success. When you truly understand that what you want is already within your reach, you will stop chasing things outside of yourself and start creating from within. The power of belief will not just change what you achieve, it will change how you live. It will change how you see yourself, how you face challenges, and how you interact with the world around you. Your dreams are not far off. They are not some distant goal that requires a miracle. They are within your grasp, waiting for you to claim them. The only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is the belief that you can get there. If you can believe in yourself, if you can see your vision clearly and hold on to that belief no matter what, then you will have everything you need to reach it. That belief will unlock the doors, it will clear the path, and it will push you forward when you feel like giving up. The power of belief is your most valuable asset. It's not just something you have, it's something you must cultivate every single day. You must nourish it, protect it, and strengthen it. When you do, you will see how quickly things begin to change. What you want is already within you. The only thing left to do is believe it, claim it, and take the steps to make it a reality. You are not waiting for a miracle. You are the miracle. Believe in that, and you'll see how quickly the world aligns with your dreams. The pursuit of what you want demands more than mere hope or desire. It requires action, massive, relentless, unwavering action. This is not a casual pursuit, it's a commitment to doing whatever it takes day in and day out to get closer to your goal. It means showing up when no one else is watching, staying focused even when it seems like progress is slow or non-existent. It's about pushing through the doubts, the fears, and the distractions, and continuing forward with determination. The difference between success and failure is often not talent, not resources, but the ability to stay the course when everything inside of you is screaming to stop. Too many people start with enthusiasm, with fire in their eyes, but the moment they encounter resistance or face a challenge, they back down. They make excuses, they get discouraged, and eventually they quit. That's not how winners operate. Winners know that resistance is a sign of progress. It's a sign that you're pushing yourself to new heights. When you face obstacles, it's not a time to shrink back, it's a time to dig deeper. Your ability to handle difficulty is what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. If you want what others have, you have to be willing to do what others won't. It's about choosing not to give up, even when everything around you tells you to. It's about having the grit and resilience to push through, to rise again after every setback, to keep moving forward when most people would rather quit. Relentless pursuit also means being prepared to sacrifice in the short term for long-term success. We all have dreams and aspirations, but not everyone is willing to make the sacrifices required to achieve them. It means doing the work that others won't do, putting in the hours when others are taking breaks. It means staying focused on your goals even when life presents distractions. You cannot be successful if you allow yourself to be sidetracked by the small things. You must commit to the big picture and be willing to put your energy into what matters most, no matter the cost. This pursuit requires a mindset that is beyond ordinary. It requires thinking bigger, acting faster, and moving smarter. When you set your sights on something, don't aim for mediocrity. Don't aim to simply get by or to achieve the bare minimum. Aim for excellence, for mastery, for greatness. Anything less is a disservice to yourself and to the potential that lies within you. You are capable of achieving far more than you realize, but only if you're willing to push yourself past the limits you've set in your mind. The pursuit of what you want should be a relentless force in your life. You have to be obsessed with your goals. Every day should be a step closer to your vision. Every decision should bring you closer to your success. The relentless pursuit of what you want is not just about reaching a destination, it's about becoming the person who has the strength, discipline, and character to overcome any challenge. It's about building the resilience that will carry you through the storm and out the other side into the success you've always known you were meant to achieve. If you stay hungry, if you keep fighting, and if you never give up, you will get what you want. Not tomorrow, not next week, but as long as you refuse to quit, you will reach that place. And when you do, you'll look back and realize it wasn't just about achieving a goal. It was about transforming into the person capable of achieving anything. There's no room for weakness or self-pity. That's a hard truth, but it's one that must be embraced if you're serious about achieving your goals, realizing your potential, and making the most of this life. Excuses might feel comforting in the short term, but they're nothing more than distractions from your purpose. They are barriers to growth, and they rob you of the strength and determination you need to push forward. Every person faces challenges, struggles, and moments of doubt. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not the absence of obstacles, it's the ability to keep moving despite them. No one promised this journey would be easy, but the one guarantee in life is that growth, progress, and breakthroughs come through overcoming adversity, not avoiding it. Weakness and self-pity are seductive forces that can lead you down a path of mediocrity where you're constantly reacting to circumstances rather than taking control. They encourage you to focus on why you can't, why it's hard, why it's unfair. But that's not the mindset of a winner, that's the mindset of someone who's content with excuses rather than results. I think about it, every successful person you admire, every leader who's changed the world, every innovator who's made history, they all face doubt. They all experienced failures, and they all encountered moments where giving up seemed like the easiest option. But what set them apart was their refusal to make excuses. They understood that to overcome their circumstances, they had to rise above them. They understood that greatness demanded action, not self-pity. So if you want to achieve greatness, if you want to reach your fullest potential, you have to adopt a no excuses mentality. You have to be willing to confront your weaknesses head on, to accept responsibility for your actions, and to take decisive action even when it's uncomfortable. You can't wait for motivation to strike. You can't wait for perfect conditions. Success is built in the daily decisions you make, in the discipline you cultivate, and in the consistency you maintain over time. There are always reasons why you could choose weakness, why you could let circumstances define your actions. But true strength comes from choosing resilience, choosing to take control, choosing to rise above the excuses and limitations you set for yourself. You are not defined by what you go through, you are defined by how you respond to it. Your character, your mindset, and your actions will dictate your destiny. So refuse to let excuses dictate your actions. Embrace discomfort as a teacher, challenges as stepping stones, and failures as opportunities to learn and grow. The moment you release the grip of excuses and take responsibility for your actions is the moment you unlock your potential. That's when you become unstoppable. When you look at the world around you, everything of worth, everything that has lasting significance is a direct result of value being created. The richest people in the world aren't just lucky they've figured out the law of value. They've understood something crucial: you get what you want because you add value. The people who have what they want, whether it's wealth, influence, or respect, are the ones who have found a way to offer something unique to the world, something that others are willing to pay for, support, or invest in. Now, many of us have been taught to chase the things we want: money, success, fame, or even recognition. And while it's good to have goals and desires, you need to understand this fundamental truth: the world will give you those things only when you show up as someone who has something to offer. It's the law of exchange. You don't get something for nothing, and if you do, that something isn't going to last. Real success, the kind that lasts, is a product of value. You might be asking yourself, what does that really mean? What does it look like to add value? Well, let's break it down. Adding value is about making the lives of others better, making a positive impact, solving problems, or creating something people need or want. If you want money, don't just go out and try to take it. Go out and create something that people are willing to pay for. If you want recognition, stop waiting for someone to recognize you. Recognize the needs of others and solve them, and the recognition will follow. It's not about waiting for a perfect moment or the ideal circumstances. It's about looking at what you have and finding a way to make it useful to others. And when you add value consistently, that's when the world starts to notice. I think about the most successful companies in the world: the Apples, the Amazons, the Teslas. These are companies that understood how to add value, how to make people's lives easier, more enjoyable, or more efficient. They didn't just make a product for the sake of it. They made something that people needed and wanted so badly that it transformed industries. They didn't focus on selling, they focused on giving something so valuable that people couldn't imagine life without it. But here's the thing, adding value doesn't always look glamorous in the beginning. It doesn't always come with instant rewards. In fact, sometimes it requires you to put in more work than you thought possible, and it might even feel like you're giving more than you're receiving. That's why so many people quit before they see the results. They expect immediate gratification, but real value takes time to cultivate. The key to lasting success is the willingness to do the hard work behind the scenes, to be patient, and to have faith that the value you're putting out into the world will eventually be reflected back to you. When you put value first, success will follow. Don't underestimate the power of the small things you're doing right now. You might think no one is noticing, but trust me, they are. Every time you show up and offer something useful, whether it's a skill, a service, or a positive attitude, you're adding value. And when you add value consistently, you build a reputation. That reputation becomes your currency. People will start seeking you out for the value you bring. And the more you focus on serving others, the more you will find that your own needs are being met. Let me remind you of something: you are capable of far more than you think. The difference between where you are now and where you want to be is not in what you lack, but in what you are willing to give. To add value, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have everything figured out. You just have to be committed to giving what you have and being better today than you were yesterday. It's a mindset. It's a commitment to always bring your best to the table and to give your all. Understand that when you add value, you unlock doors, you create relationships that will serve you for years to come. You become the kind of person that others are willing to invest in, collaborate with, and learn from. You move from being someone who's simply asking for what they want to someone who has earned it. You get what you want because you've added something of worth to the world. And when you do that, the world has no choice but to respond. Remember this: you are not just here to exist, you are here to make a difference. You are here to add value, to lift others up, and to contribute something meaningful. When you focus on giving more than you take, when you commit to adding value in everything you do, you set yourself on a path that not only leads to success, but to a lasting legacy. It's not about waiting for opportunities to come your way. It's about creating them by being a person who serves, who solves problems, and who consistently shows up with something that others can use. So don't wait for permission to succeed. Don't wait for the world to recognize your potential. Instead, go out and add value, and the world will have no choice but to recognize your worth. You get what you want because you've earned it. And when you commit to this principle, you will see how your life transforms in ways you never imagined. Keep giving, keep serving, and keep adding value, because that is the key to everything you want.